you see the video that's come out on this simulated attack? Russian planes flying within 100 feet of a U.S. Navy destroyer. We're finding out a lot more about this. I mean, that is not only too close for comfort, that is too close to cause maybe an international incident. To Jason Beardsley, retired U.S. Army Master Sergeant. Wow, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, that's pretty scary stuff. What happened? What do you think of this?
Well, hey, Neil, thanks for having me on. Let's set this up for everyone. We're operating U.S. ships in these areas that are strategically interesting for the Russians. So when the U.S. is getting in there, they're actually using our own diplomatic procedures to get in close to those espionage ships and that. Well, this is almost like a brushback pitch from Putin. He's looking at the U.S. and saying, hey, back off my territory. He's making a bold statement. It's an overt statement of gunboat diplomacy. So we can expect a little bit more of this, but it's a common Cold War tactic. We've seen a lot of it before. The U.S. Navy is operating professionally, and they're right on target right now. Yeah, but I'm looking at this, Jason. Apparently, this was a joint exercise with, among others, the Polish military, and they had to delay, a Polish helicopter taking off from this ship because the strafing was so close. That's a little weird. You're absolutely right. Listen, they do this very strategically, and you're right. The Polish were joint exercises, so the Russians, kind of loitered in the area. They did, I want to say it's 12 or 20 passes, a very deliberate action, just to basically say, hey, we're watching you. You're in our backyard. We want to push you back. Listen, here's what happens when these guys get. They're calculative about this, or they're very smart about what they're doing. We saw last November the Turks shot down a Russian aircraft. You saw what the reaction was there. This is Vladimir Putin on the front of the Brussels NATO meeting next week saying to the U.S., I'm in control here, and he's kind of bowing up. Again, it's like a brushback pitch. For the U.S., we need to stay in there, stay in close. We understand these tactics well. It's nothing to get overly concerned about yet, but we have to play it smart. Yeah, but Jason, I do real quickly see a pattern here in what the Chinese are doing in the South China Sea and setting up these islands with runways, and yesterday happily showing fighter jets there, what the Iranians do almost routinely in the Strait of Hormuz. Kind of disturbing pattern. Well, that's an excellent point, Neil, and you bring up sort of the global strategic vision here. And what's happening is, you're right, we're seeing this over and over again with leadership of Iran, the leadership of China, the leadership of Russia. They're pushing in hard on America. And what's going to be required for us to kind of stabilize this, we've got to give some healthy pushback. The United States has got to roar a little bit, and we've got to lead a little bit more aggressively in these areas. We don't want to be on the losing side of this. All right, Jason, thank you very, very much. Good having you again. All right, excellent. Well, as you know, there's